Okay. Nobody wants to admit they're dumb. Who wants to say, yeah, I'm dumb? Okay. Most people in the media do not see themselves as part of some bigger cabal. They you know, you used to call them the trendies. They like to feel they're part of a cool club.
They're just camp followers. They're just into this cynical, mean attitude.
Right. Look, I had an instance the other day. I haven't talked about this yet. I was in New York. I was playing some shows, and I looked at the table over, and there was Michelle Fields, the young woman who is the whole thing with Corey Lewandowski in the Trump campaign. And she was sitting there with her boyfriend, and I recognized her. Now, it's hard not to stare at somebody when they're in the zeitgeist. I mean, this woman, at that point, whatever it was a week ago, that was when that whole thing was peaking. Is Lewandowski going to be indicted? When you look at an actual human being, you know what I'm saying?
You humanize them.
Yes. She's not a symbol. She's a young woman sitting there, you know. She is who she is. I don't know her. I don't, you know, it's not my moment to judge. It's my moment to look and say, there's a real person who has a real belief. I don't think that's somebody who's walking around feeling, at least this is my own intuition, that they're part of something. Some master plan. I don't think it's that sophisticated. They like to go with a particular flow.
Sure, she's a drama queen. She wants to be successful. So he does grab her, so she escalates it and goes along with the hype. She jumps in the river.
Yes, the opportunity exists to be rewarded for something, and they don't realize that they're actually sacrificing themselves at a sort of more satanic altar, if that is, you know, just to be a bit dramatic about it. In essence, you don't realize that your participation in a particular way. So if you talk,
it's just like clicking.
Yes, if you talk to the individual. Okay, let's take the most empathetic point of view. This young woman felt in her heart's heart, that she was assaulted. Okay, let's take that as complete truth. The minute she crossed into certain territories, she becomes somebody else's pawn. I doubt you could sit her here and she would tell you she's a pawn. At some point, I woke up and realized that I was a pawn. And so my natural human instinct was, I don't want to be anybody's bitch here. I don't want to be a pawn, excuse my French. I don't want to participate in something that I know will ultimately hurt my children and their children.
You want to be conscious free will, not a robot.
So the point is, can you exist truthfully in a system that is set up to disenfranchise you and disempower you at every conceivable level? So let's take the soccer mom. She gets up in the morning, she drops the kids off, she comes home, she puts on her iPad, and she's clicking through, and here's Apple's sorting all her news. So she's already one layer in, is already under control. Now, does that mom think she's being controlled? Of course not.
No. What she reads is already being given to her by the New York Times or Apple. She's already being brought into a world, and she doesn't even know it.
Right. I have friends who all they do is scroll Apple News.